Hello everyone, Whylearn here, and welcome back to the portal of my inner thoughts. Very soon I'll be switching back to zombies gameplay, but today we got some more classic MW2 Nuke gameplay, and it'll be the M21 EBR sniper that we're using. If this class makes you want to throw up, that's fine. It was among the worst snipers in the game, did less damage, lots of kick, it was very underused. I thought the Barrett and the intervention were pretty much better in every way, but it doesn't matter, because today we're dropping a nuke with it. Our strategy stays the same, and we're not going to overthink it, which conveniently is the topic of today's video. Today we're going to discuss my overthinking habit and why doubting yourself will prevent you from accomplishing what you want in life. So sit back, grab a beverage, and lock in. For my entire life I've been a textbook introvert and overthinker. I call it both my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. Overthinking and introspection is good as it helps you make sense of and learn from past experiences and just helps you learn about how you handle things in a variety of situations. I've always been a very analytical person in my life, and it's helped me in many areas, especially as an engineer, but too much overthinking prevents you from accomplishing what you want in life and doing uncomfortable things. Oftentimes my overthinking and self-doubt has frozen me from action, as I would doubt my own abilities to get something done. It's happened to me in high school, with college, in my job, in my career, with dating, and even this YouTube channel I've started. So let me share a few examples. In school I had a friend, one of my best friends, and we were just polar opposites. Bro was an extrovert. He wanted to make conversation with anyone. And then there was me, who could go days without talking to a soul and not miss a beat. When approaching a situation in life, I would thoroughly think through the pros and cons and things to say and do and think of every single angle, whereas he would just go and make split-second decisions, often with little to no thought involved. And most of the time, he'd be just fine. It made for an interesting friendship dynamic in social settings when talking to girls and more. As an introvert, it was great to have someone that would pull me out of my shell, but I would also keep him in check when he was making a clearly idiotic move that he wasn't thinking about. So because of this, we butted heads a lot. I would want to get to school early to have time to diligently review my notes before an exam, and he would want to show up 1 minute before the bell and wing it. That's just the type of people we were. I was playing more by the rules, doubting my abilities to make a quick or risky decision, afraid of what society would think if I did otherwise. These two approaches to life for sure yielded different results. Although I got better grades, he was able to make more friends, meet girls, become a leader in clubs, and things like that. And overall, I'd say because of this, he was happier than me. He just went and lived his life. It reminds me of that meme of the guy in the corner of the party. He's missing out on the fun, looking over at the people having fun, just kind of stuck in his own thoughts, judging people, almost in a weird, superiority complex type of way. The people having more fun and being happier are the ones that are out there in the action. There's less thinking and more doing. One day during one of my classic bouts with battling my own thoughts and inaction, he turned to me and said, "You know you overthink everything, right? Well, I've been talking to these people and making plans and making things happen. You've just been sitting there for days thinking of what to say or do. You sit there all day and think about stuff when I've been acting." And ironically, I think about this sometimes. If I had lived in my head less, perhaps I would have had a more enjoyable experience in high school. This guy, even though he was an idiot at times, I learned a lot from him, and his bias towards action helped him even after graduating school as well. He accomplished what he wanted to in life, I'd say, way faster than me. Now he has a beautiful wife and kids, and in fact, I was the best man at his wedding. He's a strong man of faith, and I think his faith is something that helps him to not really have a problem with overthinking things. Because of my thoughts, I wasn't the happiest kid in school, and I think approaching life a little bit differently might have been better for me. Even though I'm older now and I'm thankful to have gotten more confident with time, it doesn't mean that my overthinking's gone away. Let's talk about my YouTube journey so far. My first video I uploaded about a month ago, but I kid you not, I've been thinking about starting this YouTube channel for years before that. For instance, I created this channel with this idea on December 30th, 2022. After seeing a small amount of success so quickly with this channel, I'm just kicking myself for not starting sooner. I had so many videos planned for months and even years ago that it took me seeing other creators succeed in this niche to finally give it a chance. I wonder where I'd be today if I just, sucked it up and started when I intended to. I was overthinking and doubting so much for years. When posting early on, I would overthink am I doing the right thing? Do I sound stupid? Is this dumb and pathetic? If I start talking more about deep things and struggles in my life, how will people perceive me? It took me months to make my first post, which I now view as just wasting time all the time before that. I wish I started sooner, but I was just too busy thinking if my videos were dumb or corny. I spent months sitting around without starting. Finally, I acted and put my videos out there, and because of my action, I had some level of success. Now that I have a following, the overthinking really didn't go away, and in fact, it just kind of turned into a different type of overthinking. Now I have to be careful what I say because, people might leave bad comments on some of my videos. People are calling me confused, broke, disconnected, idiotic. Some people saying they like this on my videos, some saying they're cringy or terrible. Some want X, other people want Y, and you just can't make everyone happy. And sometimes I sit around and overthink because of all these possibilities and things that could go wrong. Sometimes I care a lot about how I'm perceived, which is a shortcoming of mine. I haven't told a lot of people in my life about this YouTube channel yet, which I'm not sure why not. That's just something weird about me. At work, I have imposter syndrome too, often doubting if I'm qualified to be making decisions on technology that I do at times. And overthinking is definitely a problem for us introverts, but this stat helps me try to kick overthinking and self-doubt. People just aren't going to care. We walk around thinking that everybody cares and everybody's watching what they do, but here's the thing. They don't. I found a few interesting studies. One of them shows how our brain is literally wired to think mostly about yourself and your own survival. The vast majority of our thoughts and our conversations are about ourselves and our own perceptions of the world. There's just people just don't spend that much time thinking about you. Most people spend the majority of their lives thinking about themselves and their own situation. So if you do something dumb or embarrassing or you're putting yourself out there, chances are, if it backfires, they'll have a good laugh about you, and then 10 minutes later they forgot all about it and are already back to focusing on their own life and their own problems. So I want to call on my viewers to kind of end this overthinking and doubting yourself. If you have something you want to do, go get it started. You don't have to think thoroughly through every single angle of the problem you're trying to solve in life. In life, you need a bias towards action. Think of that Top Gun scene where Maverick yells at whatever the guy's name is and says, "Don't think, just do." Now, some thought is good, especially in like bigger stakes situations, but in lower situations, you're going to learn more anyways by mistakes and action than you would just sitting there overthinking and doubting yourself. So that's what I would do. You'll learn more, you'll be happier, and find more meaning and purpose in the process. So thanks for watching. Sub if you like this kind of content, and don't forget to watch this tactical nuke being called in by Plans. Peace.